Hello guys, my name is Abatang Favor and this is Jambite.com. Today we're going to be meeting Mr. C.M. Daniel. He graduated from the University of Ghana, Legon, and he studied information technology. So he is an information technologist. Hi.
I'm shocked you know my details already.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi people, what's up?
Very well. Good to meet you.
Yeah, good to meet you too. First time in Calabar and I have to grant an interview. Wow. Good.
Thank you for your permission to do this.
That's fine.
Perfect. Okay, so which university did you study in?
You already told them, University of Ghana, Legon, so...
And what did you study?
Information technology. That's why I'm an information technologist.
Okay, so are you a Nigerian, no Ghanaian?
Completely Nigerian. Proudly Igbo, like everything.
Oh, Igbo.
Yeah.
Okay, so what took you to Ghana?
And first I was at the Federal University of Technology, Owerri, but the system wasn't too good.
Okay.
I was at a point in my life where I needed to learn a whole lot.
Okay.
Because I grew up as a child full of ICT, and I found at an early age that it wasn't really growing in the black race like Africans, Nigerians were kind of like lost in.
Okay.
So I wanted to learn a lot. So I felt the need to learn, and I went to Futo, but it wasn't really what I wanted. I was learning French and Igbo instead of programming or something, so I felt like this is not my thing. Then I got admission to the University of Ghana, Legon, and I ran.
Okay, what were you studying at Futo?
IT. I was studying IT, yeah.
So how was French and Igbo?
You see, now that's the problem. I don't know why I was studying IT and I was learning French and Igbo. So it wasn't passing for me.
Okay, so what were the facilities like, and why did you choose University of Ghana? Couldn't you choose something else in Nigeria?
I think record. If you're good with records, you know that BAM's library in Ghana is one of the best libraries in Africa.
Okay.
1, 2, they have good ICT facilities, instructors. They are kind of way past us when it comes to the educational sector. That's like the number 1 university, and in comparison to University of Ghana, Legon, and Federal University of Technology, Owerri, is like 100 against 8, so
wow.
I had to go.
Okay, so was it just the course you were studying, or it was way for every other course, or just IT?
You see, there are schools in Nigeria most of our schools have lost our glory.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is a country where they're still I'm not trying to create a comparison between both countries. Now, far from that. I'm Nigerian, I would always remain and die a Nigerian.
Okay.
But what I'm trying to say is, at the point, education in our country was being dampened. While these people were growing theirs, it was basically part of things that grew the economy. So they put a lot of focus to the education. Okay. So it was not just for me, but for everybody in Ghana at that time.
Oh, okay. So, why you went through the process? What did you have to do to get to University of Ghana? Because this is you leaving Nigeria to study.
Now that's basically the most shocking part.
Okay.
To get admission to Nigerian school, you need your Jambite.
Okay.
You need your WAEC.
Okay.
You need your, that's what they call it, post UME.
Yes.
You need a lot of things.
Right.
Now, to get to Ghana, all I needed was my WAEC result.
Wow.
Funny enough, I'm an international student, but all I needed was just my WAEC result.
And was that because West African
Yeah, it's because it's a West African Examination Council exam.
Okay.
It passes for every country in the western part of Africa.
Okay.
So if you have 6 credits in this, you just go, including Maths and English, of course.
So it was not like you had to go through some kind of rigorous process the moment you...
I flew into Ghana on the 20th of March.
Okay.
I started school on the 26th. I think so, 26, 27, one of them.
Okay, so that was how many years back?
I try and calculate my age. No, I'm not doing that.
But
it's been a long time. If I tell you, you definitely find out my age. So no.
Really? You didn't tell me how old you were when you were at Futo, so definitely how would I know?
That was, say like 7, 8 years ago.
Okay.
I'm not that old, I'm a young child.
Okay, so what were the facilities like? Good enough, or?
It was very good. We had a web development lab. We had thousand capacity training classes.
Okay.
We had good halls. We had AC fitted classes. We had teachers who were in the field, who were teaching. We had a telecoms lab. We had, at that time, Cisco was really certifying their courses. So there was a whole lot you could learn from there.
Okay, so while you were there, you had to stay with a family of campus on a campus?
No. I went to Ghana. I didn't have a person in Ghana.
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
No, I had nobody when I went to Ghana. It was just me. I went into Ghana. I was in a hotel the first day. The second day, I went to the school, paid for my admission, everything, clearance, and I got a hostel. It was ish at that time, international students hostel.
Is this place actually so much expensive than Nigerian universities?
You see, I said something earlier. Ghana, at the point, were using the education sector to raise the economy. So the fees rate were kind of large for international students.
Okay.
Which you can't condemn them because they are good at it. Now, a Ghanaian student will be paying, say, 600 Ghana cedis.
Okay.
And I'm paying like $600. So it was a whole lot. The gap was too much. But that was because
that's like how much in Nigerian currency?
So let's say I'm paying 60,000 naira.
Okay.
Here, and a foreigner is paying $60,000. Let's just do that in the thousand rate here. So it was, you see, was very much.
Okay. So while you were at the University of Ghana, what were your challenges as an international student?
First of all, I was missing home.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, I was missing. I feel that Ghana and Nigeria is basically like a brother and a sister.
Okay.
There's not really much difference, just the languages and the modus operandi, like how they operate. It wasn't really so much to miss. It's not like I went to Texas or somewhere out of the continental. I was more like home.
Okay, so how many years was this course for?
4 years. Well, they were granting summer classes, so you could do it in 3.
Okay, so tell me, you spent 4 years without seeing your parents?
No, I was coming back to Nigeria.
Oh, really?
Once in a year, yeah.
Okay, so that was the only challenge you had?
Yeah, I didn't have much of a challenge.
Finance wasn't the problem?
No, it wasn't the problem.
Okay. Okay, so while you were back at Nigeria, I'm very sure that you had some sort of experience with polytechnics or people who went to polytechnics or colleges. And what do you think about these schools? Do you think that people that graduate from polytechnics and colleges are successful as compared to university graduates?
Oh, that question. Nigeria has made polytechnics look like a second-class education.
Okay.
Which I feel should not be so. You go for a job, and if you're not a university graduate, they make you look like you are second or third tier. But what I feel is, if the education, if the knowledge is passed properly, it really doesn't matter. You see, in the US, you see people who went to state colleges and people who went to major schools, church schools, still get the same kind of education, even though some are like higher graded. I never went to polytechnic, okay, but I don't really see the need to condemn or to second class them.
Okay.
And that's done a whole lot in Nigeria, which I feel is bad.
But there's something that makes people second class them. What do you think is that thing?
It's simple, because they don't make universities and they are pushed to that place. It looks like, okay, fine, you didn't make it, so just go there.
Okay.
Yeah. But I feel somebody who's done his OND and then a HND, it's good enough.
Okay.
Education is not passed with regards to where you are, where you live. It's just from the person who's passing it to you just getting it.
Okay.
So that's what I feel.
Okay, so while you were at Legon, in Ghana, those what were other things you were doing in school? Were you just a student, or you had to do?
I was working.
Okay.
I was working for Adwenta Model Ghana at that time.
Okay.
It was an e-facility, like an e-firm, but they're into both education and socials. Organizing, I think they're doing those beauty pageant stuff.
Okay.
And a whole lot. I was acting a few movies.
Okay.
Like Jambite.
Okay, so you were acting. Are you actually an actor?
Well, I have a whole lot, I think.
Really? So tell us some of those whole lots.
There's off the camera, I'll tell you. But yeah, I was acting, I was working, and I was a school government operative, so.
What's that?
Like what you call SRC in Nigeria.
Okay.
Student, SUG in Nigeria.
Okay.
They was called SRC.
Okay.
So I was the SRC Secretary General.
So it's like leadership, you were a leader. So did you have some form of discrimination because you were from Nigeria, or just tell me about how
I went to school when Nigerians were
Nigerians?
too plenty. See, Nigerians are very possessive people.
Okay.
They come to your country, they take over everything.
Okay.
They take over your job, your women, your everything. Not because that's bad, but because we work too hard.
Okay.
And we are good at what we do. So because other people can't contend with it, they see us like a bully or competition. So that's what it looked like. But now, come on.
Okay.
We were able to smash it.
Okay. So, have you ever been in the place of employing people, like being an employer of labor? Okay. So tell me, when you want to take people to become staffs, what qualifications do you look out for? University graduates, polytechnics, colleges?
Personally, I'm interested in what you have
Okay.
to offer. You see, I've worked with graduates who don't even know the basics of what they're doing.
Okay.
I've worked in organizations where they employ people with a first class and second class and have nothing to offer.
Okay.
I employ you based on what you have to give to me. I employ you based on your potentials, and depending on the office I want you to serve. So if I want you to be a front desk officer, for example, you have to have a very good appearance.
Okay.
You have to have a good English. I'm very careful about it.
Okay.
You have to be smiling. You can't be frowning at my customers. You understand? So I look at things depending on the job you're taking.
Okay. So but you have to definitely give some considerations to school, university.
Definitely. For example, I can't be employing an IT person and I employ a non-graduate. That's not possible.
So you look out for graduates of any sort, but good enough.
Let me give you an example. Personally, I don't believe in BSc degrees.
Okay.
A lot of people who are practicing IT today never studied IT in school.
Okay.
They learned on the job. It's passion. Your Nigerian artists, a lot of them, Chris Daniel, Wizkid, and a few others. I think aside Davido, I can't call how many studied music.
Okay.
When you learn on the job and you're good at what you do, so just give it to them.
Okay. Okay.
I'm precise about you giving me what I want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Okay, so this is really asking you what advice you have to say to young people that maybe do not like Nigerian universities and want to opt in for an international
university.
Yes. Are there opportunities for scholarships for them, or they should just go through the process if they have the finance, or they should look for it? I think scholarship opportunities are becoming very, very obtainable. What do you think that young people should opt for?
Okay, first, when you say young people, please, I am a young guy. Don't make me look like I'm an old man.
Okay, young people that are prospective tertiary institution candidates.
You see, life is taking a very different dimension.
Okay.
It's no more the time where you just come on the job and month end they pay you go. It's no more the ministry pattern. Now, for you to earn a living, you must have a skill that differentiates you from the rest.
Okay.
I'm not particular about the school you go to, but the truth is, until the government can do something about the Nigerian schools, our schools are not good enough to bring the kind of people we need to compete with first world countries.
Okay.
This brings me to the point that if you have an opportunity to study in a school that's going to give you the knowledge you want to study, of course, there are a lot of scholarships. There's the Chevron scholarship, there's the NITDA scholarship, there's the NNPC scholarship, there's the Chevron scholarship. There are a lot of scholarships.
Okay.
So if you have an opportunity to go out and study these things you want to study and get the knowledge that you would need to come back to our country and change.
Okay.
Because I could have gone anywhere to leave, but I came back home.
Yeah.
So if you can get it any other place, please go. Because I don't know why our government is taking a lot of time in repairing our education sectors. I really don't know why.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Do you have any other thing you want to say to young people?
Yes. It's very simple. Life is no more like the 90s or the early 2000s.
Okay.
Life is now you need to learn that there's a lot of competition. It's no more just you. There are 1,000 people waiting to take over the opportunity you have.
Yeah.
You need to make yourself indispensable.
Yeah.
How you're going to do it, I really am not aware. But we're all growing, so be good. You don't have to be the new young person that has nothing to write home about.
Yeah.
It's so sad. I wish everybody good luck. I pray whatever you do works for you. I pray you don't end up in the nets of the security agencies, if you know what I mean. So, good luck. So.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Daniel. Thank you for your consent to do this video. So, guys, this was really amazing to have Mr. Daniel talk to us about his passions, and it was nice. Thank you so much, sir. Again.
Thank you, madam.
My name is Abatang Favor, and this is Jambite.com, so stay tuned.
Yes.